Hello, people out there, and welcome back to a fresh new season of your favorite podcast, Seek Your Purpose. A new year, a new season, a fresh perspective of viewing life from an all new angle, and you're seeking deep, tired inspiration from even the minutest creature we are being surrounded by. Welcome and welcome back to the show. This is your host for the show, Mayank Sehra. So, if you're listening to me for the very first time and you discover the podcast just like that, then I welcome you on board. And I'm sure you'll be having an amazing time over here. So tap the follow button to follow the show on the app you're listening to never ever miss out an episode the time we upload it. And if you're a regular listener and love the content I've produced till date, then please open Apple Podcasts and Spotify, rate the show a 5-star rating, drop in your reviews and let us grow organically by reaching out to the maximum of such purpose seekers that we have around us. So excited to hear the next episode? So am I. So let's kickstart the episode. Here we go. Have you ever tried doing away from a planned stuff and saying yes to a detour? How's the feeling? It's full of adrenaline rush, right? Even I'm getting goosebumps out of here. I feel that in this post-COVID era, a corporate life has become so much calendarized that slowly we are drifting ourselves away from the joy of being impromptu. So as per Google, the word impromptu means an action that you do without planning. That's pretty much opposite to what all the self-help gurus and self-improvement books teaches you. So I have been a fond reader of self-help books and have read a lot of them over the last 5 years, and the one common thing that these all suggest is to plan everything well in advance so that you have a cushion of comfort, safety and security in desperate times. They are correct, yes, 100% correct. In addition to this, I want to suggest everyone that it's really important to have a plan in place while keeping space for the impromptuness, which means be consistently aligned with what you want to have in your life, with what you want to do in your life, what goals you want to seek, but do have a space of trying something off the track. A detour kind of a thing, right? It keeps you agile and your reflexes alive while providing you a slow-paced victory over your fears. What sort of fears? Simple: fear of insecurity, failure, anxiety, hopelessness, and fear of all those what-ifs that are coming to your mind right now. So I would like to share something impromptu which I tried, encountered, and I lived today. So today, as I'm penning down this episode, it's a beautiful raining day. I woke up today at 5:45 and was super pumped up to go out for a morning jog while peeping outside my window and looking at the amazing weather. It wasn't raining back then, but had started drizzling enough to carry on without an umbrella. And I decided to listen to Raj Shamani's recent podcast episode while doing my jog, and everything was completely planned in my mind. So as when I reached my car, it started pouring heavily. And I was in no mood to go back upstairs and spend my morning while simply looking outside the window and think, gosh, that's what we usually do, right? When it rains, we look outside of the window for a time being and slowly goes towards our phone or Netflix, which engulfs our attention, and we are long gone for hours. So, coming back to my story, while it was raining heavily, I decided to do away with my morning jog and rather opt for a roadside tapri chai. Since it was pouring down heavily, I couldn't find any tapri or a chai. So I googled cafes around me which are open at 7 a.m. in the morning. So Google suggested a handful of options around me, and I drifted slowly to reach one of them while listening to Philippa Hanna's You're Still God in the backdrop. I went on and visited at least 5 cafes, but all of them were shut. I guess the rain hampered their opening schedule. So after that, I hopped onto the 6th one and luckily found it open. It was 7 a.m. in the morning and I was the only one standing inside the dimly lit turquoise green ambient cafe. I went in there and asked, "Hey, are you guys open?" To which the gentleman standing on the other side of the counter said, "Yes, we are." I went inside, asked for a freshly brewed cup of cappuccino. So while the order was getting prepared, I was involved in having an impromptu conversation with the gentleman regarding how the cafe is doing, how the weekend vibes are, do they have any other outlet, what's the story behind opening this cafe, and stuff like that. So meanwhile, I was watching around and embracing the vibes and ambience of this cute little cafe situated in Janakpuri, in Delhi. So the moment my coffee arrived, I thanked the gentleman named Mr. Raghav for having such a wonderful conversation with me and preparing a freshly brewed coffee in no time. While it was still raining heavily outside, I was in no mood to go back home, and I rather decided to head straight onto a road trip, plug into something soothing while sipping in my hot coffee. Believe me, I have not seen Delhi roads so calm in recent times. It was 7 a.m. while pouring heavily, and I was driving at a mere speed of 50 km per hour while enjoying music and coffee together. So I drove for around 1.5 hours before I detoured and came back home. So while getting on this impromptu rainy drive and sipping a hot cup of coffee on my way, all the while I was thinking that in this fast-paced era of needs, wants, and a sense of unending race among each one of us, we are slowly fading ourselves away from enjoying such impromptuness in lives. We have calendarized ourselves so much that we fail to live in the moment. We are so much stressed within our own work life and forced to keenly work towards the goals that we fail to enjoy the process we are being a part of. I would say we have engulfed ourselves so much into crafting a perfect lifestyle for ourselves that we fail to give a look out for such imperfections. We are so much busy in doing makeup that we are scared to look at ourselves set up straight into the mirror. To be honest over here again, this year I've been in the process of discovering a version of myself which is beshak, befikr and bindas. And in this process of doing so, I'm loving what I'm turning into. While giving not to such impromptu and sudden detour do scares the hell out of me every time, but that is much required for me to have an essence of everything in life, being it planned or unplanned. So enjoy the process, my friend. Be happy in the now along with a constant pursuit for the future, because both of these are important and you deserve happiness. Take care and enjoy the lovely season of monsoon. Cheers. Hey there, I hope you loved the episode. Here's a quick announcement before you head on to the last section. So while the solo pods will keep hitting on the app every week on Monday, I'm going to resume Conversation Pod series as well. So if you want to feature on the show, you have a story to inspire others and ignite the spark in them, or if you feel that your story deserves the ear it needs to be, or if you're a growing business and feel your business needs the art of storytelling, then drop me a mail at officialseekyourpurpose@gmail.com with the subject My Story. My team will reach out to you. So I can't wait to create an amazing convo pod with you. Let's get together. So that's what I've got for you in today's episode. An episode which was duly created with love, hope, faith, passion, compassion, and a sense of gentle reminder to tap upon. So if you feel connected with my perspective at any point of time, then drop in your comments on the podcast app you're listening to. You can even drop me a mail at officialseekyourpurpose@gmail.com or DM me on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn at MAYANKSEHRA. That is Mayank Sara. So I'll be looking forward to your messages. So hey self, happy 30s. So let's create a life which we're extremely proud of creating, living, and thus giving it back to the society in the most genuine way. Cheers. I'll see you in the next episode.